are 8 romantasy books released in 2025 that you need to have on your radar. I already talked about fantasy books, but I needed to mention these romantasy books as well because they also altered my brain chemistry. Warrior Princess Assassin by Bridget Kemmerer, you have a princess who is torn between her duties and her desires, a warrior king who is set to marry this princess, and then you have the assassin who is tasked with killing the king and the princess. You are entranced not only by the world that Bridget Kemmerer creates, but also by the complexities of these characters, and I did not want to set this book down once. Forbidden Alchemy by Stacey McEwen. Nina and Patrick come from the same town, but Nina wants to be an artisan and Patrick wants to be a craftsman. When they both uncover the secret that artisans are not born but chosen, it takes them on a journey neither one of them was quite expecting. There is so much tension wrapped up and coiled throughout these pages as you are watching Nina and Patrick battle against themselves and their wants, but also what their desires really are. I loved it. I ate every single second up, and I cannot wait for book 2 next year. The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. Sybil is a prophetess who is able to see the future in dreams, and as her fellow diviners slowly begin to go missing, she teams up reluctantly with a knight to try and solve where they have been going. As always, when it comes to Rachel Gillig's writing, it is beautiful, atmospheric, gothic, eerie, everything that you could possibly want in a fantasy book and more. Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa Broadbent. This book was just re-released and traditionally published, so that is every excuse you need to finally pick it up. It follows along Tisana, who is a former slave who is fighting for justice, and she ends up teaming up with a reluctant recluse, Max, who is in charge of teaching her. They are both battling for justice in their own ways, but death and darkness is right around every single corner. This series is in my top 3 favorites of all time. I love it so much, and I need everybody to read it. The Lady of the Lake by Cian Crawford. This is the 3rd book in the Face by Academy trilogy, the first book being Avalon Tower, and I need everybody to read the series immediately. It is absolutely phenomenal. It is addictive. It is just entrancing, and you are doing yourself a disservice if you haven't read it yet. The Lure of Their Graves. This is the 2nd book in the Cursed Crowns duology, and this is set in 19th century Eastern Europe and is inspired by Jewish folklore as it pits 2 estranged husbands against each other in a civil war. We're going to be watching complex family and friendships while also being in the trenches of heartbreak at the exact same time. Metal Slinger by Rachel Snyder is another book that was re-released and traditionally published this year. It follows along Bee, who has been dreaming of the chance to go to an annual market, but in the process of going ends up breaking a centuries-long peace treaty. It is addictive, it is fast-paced, and it is consuming from page 1. The twist at the end is probably one of the best and wildest twists I have ever read in a book. Arcana Academy by Elise Kova follows Clara, who ends up being arrested after she has been illegally wielding magical tarot cards. She ends up escaping prison by becoming falsely engaged to the headmaster of a mysterious academy. The storyline is intriguing, the romance is sizzling, and the world building and magic system is fully consuming.